श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्। ॐ श्री ज्ञानाक्षी राजराजेश्वर्यै नमः। नमः सूर्याय चन्द्राय मंगलाय बुधाय च गुरुशुक्रशनिभ्यश्च राहवे केतवे नमः। Today is a very special occasion. We are just one day prior to the complete solar eclipse which has been envisaged, and we all know that it's not a prediction, but it is an event. It's going to happen. It's an astronomical occurrence. So in this context, one of our devotees from US, who had already queried in several occasions, Mr. Sri Rajesh, he has queried now. I'm sure Rajesh is listening. He has queried what exactly is the solar eclipse and what type of an impact the solar eclipse has got on the human being. What should a human being do in order to counteract this particular effect of the solar eclipse? And how, by chanting mantras, how we are able to overcome any difficulty which is possible because of the solar eclipse. So this question is very, very relevant, because especially, if not all over the world, especially in the Bharatiya tradition, we have seen that, as we saw in the morning also, that every natural occurrence, whether it is astronomical or whether it is geological or concerned with anything in the manifestation, it has got a counterpart, an effect on the human being. And the forces which are there in the world, in the universe, different types of forces which are working, for any other, more modern approach, it may seem that they are non-living entities and they do not have any effect on the human being in specific nature. Generally, they may have effect, for example, like a thunderstorm. Like a thunderstorm having an effect on everybody, or for that matter, a pandemic which you are all experiencing, it having an effect on everybody. But this particular solar eclipse or such a natural occurrence, whether it has got specific effect on specific people because of the horoscope, or these are all natural doubts which arise in the minds of the people who have an exposure or who have been brought up in the Bharatiya tradition. Specifically, today's answers are specifically for the people who follow the Bharatiya tradition. I use the word Bharatiya, which means a Vedic tradition, which means a Puranic tradition, which means the tradition of this geographical portion called as Bharat. Also, people who practice it elsewhere also, but following the Bharatiya tradition. So, first of all, we understand what is this eclipse. The eclipse has been called in our Shastras as Grahanam. And the planets, which are not actually planets of the solar system as we will have it from the astronomical point of view, the planets of the solar system, many have been discovered, but among them the prominent ones which we all know, 9 planets, that is Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, then Saturn, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune and Pluto. These are called as the 9 planets of the solar system from the astronomical point of view. Sun is the center of the solar system, and these 9 planets are moving around these as far as the astronomical point of view. What we call it as empirical or through telescopes, through present day technology, what is being observed in the cosmos. Yes, when I say cosmos, it doesn't mean the entire extent of cosmos. In our Milky Way, in our galaxy called as the Milky Way, the solar system is a part of that. What has been observed is the sun as the center, and we have the heliocentric, we have the 9 planets. But in the Bharatiya tradition of Jyotisham, which has got two different connotations. The word Jyotisham first means astronomy, and that part of Jyotisham, or that Jyotisham expression which deals with astronomy, is called a Siddhanta. It is very similar to the modern astronomy. So we have great scientists of the past, for example Aryabhatta, and such great scientists of Bharat who have clearly talked about the movements of the planets with reference to the sun. Then we have astrology. The difference between astronomy and astrology. Astronomy deals with the planets as objectively seen. This is called as an objective study. Science is an objective study. So we see, and then from seeing, with the help of some gadgets or with the naked eye, we see it, and then we come to conclusion by seeing the consistency, like the laws of the nature are there. The different laws of the nature are there. We all know that the laws of the nature are functional. Like for example, gravity is one law. Then we have the laws of motion, like Newton's laws of motion. Similarly, based on these consistent occurrences, astronomy calculates. The science of astronomy calculates when, where, which heavenly body or celestial body will be there, at what speed it is moving, and what are all the different types of formations in the cosmos, how the stars are formed, how the planets are formed, and recent discoveries like the black hole, etc. So these are all astronomy. When it comes to astrology, astrology is not only in Bharat, a Greek tradition is there, very ancient Greek tradition is also there. All over the world, statistics if you take, even those countries which do not have a very, very remote ancient past, they also believe in astrology. We have very, very modern astrologers, very, very modern astrologers who have made a study of all the systems of astrology all over the world and come to beautiful conclusions. We know that astrology has got tremendous power in understanding the nature of the human being, and also in predictive astrology also. Even predictive astrology also has got a lot of meaning and lot of logic there also. The difference of opinion remains. Some people say that astrology is not actually it's called as a pseudoscience, and so on and so forth. We will not go into the debate of that. Our topic is going to be now limited to what about this solar eclipse, which is one of the astronomical phenomenon. This solar eclipse is, first of all, what is this eclipse? Eclipse is the formation, it is only concerned with Earth, Sun and Moon. The eclipse is concerned with Earth, Sun and Moon. So, on a particular new moon day, maybe this year, 1 year later, 2 years later, there is an eclipse. It actually happens every year, at several places it happens. What exactly happens? Then we are viewing the moon from the earth. All of us are viewing the moon from the earth. Geographically, we are spread over the entire globe. For example, from Bharat, we are in Bangalore now. From this Bangalore point of view, now we are viewing the moon at a particular position. Similarly, from here, we view the sun also. So to our eyes, there is a direct perception of the sun and the moon in the normal days. Moon is somewhere, sun is somewhere. Sometimes you see the sun and moon also, sometimes you can see simultaneously. Both of them you can see. But on this day of eclipse, what happens is, if it is a solar eclipse, you will find that the sun is covered now by the moon for our eyes. For the people who are on the earth, they will see that the moon Truly speaking, we do not know whether it is the moon. It is a normal person, a person who is on the earth who has not studied or anything. We think that something is coming and engulfing the sun. That is how it is understood. Until and unless we have studied that there is a moon and we have studied some amount of science, we will not be able to. But the Jyotisha Shastram, since time immemorial, since the day of inception of the Shastra, it is very clearly spoken about the Grahanam. So now, astronomically, we know that the moon is coming in between the earth and the sun. Astronomically. Earth is a planet, moon is a satellite of the earth, and the moon is moving continuously around the earth. Both the earth and the moon, they are revolving around the sun. Astronomically, because they are on two different planes, every new moon, this eclipse doesn't occur. The eclipse doesn't occur every new moon. It occurs only on a particular coincidence. That it happens only on a particular coincidence. The moon speed has to correctly coordinate, and sun speed and the earth's rotation speed, all these then suddenly come and fall together, which is according to this chance occurrence. It's a chance occurrence, but it is not so chancy that it cannot be predicted. It's not so chancy, just once in a way, once in a blue moon, just like that it happens. It is a predictable event. The solar eclipse is predictable. Similarly, the lunar eclipse also. Which happens always on a new moon day. Full moon day. The lunar eclipse always happens on a full moon day, and the solar eclipse always happens on a new moon day. So now it is new moon, Amavasya. It's called as Amavasya. So Amavasya, the word Ama means together, Vasya means being together. When the sun and the moon are together for the earthly people, if both are together, then it's called as Amavasya in one Rashi. Then it's called as Amavasya. So Amavasya is going to come day after tomorrow, Sunday, and this time it is full solar eclipse. So this is as far as the astronomical point of view is concerned. Now, depending upon the position of the planets in the horoscope, in the zodiac, we know that the planetary positions do affect the human being from the Jyotisham Shastra point of view. So there are 12 zodiac signs, Mahesha, Vrishabha, and all the 12 zodiac signs are there. And then we have the nakshatras, different 27 nakshatras spread over these things. For example, a person is born in the Mesha Rashi. A person is born in the Mesha Rashi, what we call as Aries, zodiac sign of Aries. So if he is born in the zodiac sign of Aries, then what happens is he has a horoscope which is drawn based upon that particular position of that zodiac, and this now constellation and the positions of the planets are marked on that. So automatically what happens is, according to the Jyotisham Shastram, the astrology, this has already formed a configuration in the human body. There is a configuration in the human body. There is what you call as a particular pattern formed in the body by the birth at that particular time. There is a particular pattern. I do not know whether some of you have heard about this, that normally we all are born with certain normal capacities. Have you heard of the word prodigy? The word prodigy, you must have heard the word prodigy, a child prodigy. What is the meaning of the word child prodigy? The growth, the intellectual capacities are far beyond normal. At the age of 5 or at the age of 3 or 4, some children can remember thousands of things so beautifully, and they'll tell you. That's called the child prodigy. Even today, there are many child prodigies. If you put a question why it is so, then Jyotisham gives the answer. Because you see, these are the favorable planets for that particular child at time of birth. Therefore, the influence of Buddha is the planet for intelligence. Buddha, Mercury, is the planet for intelligence. Similarly, what you call as Shukra, Venus. Venus is Shukra. So Shukra is the person who gives emotional or what you call as emotion or inclinations. Emotional inclinations and he is also very, very Shukra Dasha, we say. A person who is born in the Shukra, who has Shukra Dasha, he gets a lot of wealth. This is called Shukra Dasha. So similarly, each and every planet has got a specific influence on the human being depending upon the position of the planets at the time of birth. So when these planets are moving, they are actually influencing the life of that person also. They are influencing the life of that person in a specific manner. Not everybody will be influenced in the same manner because of the different types of position of the planet at the time of birth. So solar eclipse also, according to the Jyotisham Shastra, according to the understanding of Jyotish, according to the rishis who have gone deep into the study, these do affect certain people in a specific manner. This time, the people who are born in the Ardra and Mrigashira Nakshatra, for them the effect is more. Ardra Nakshatra, Mrigashira and Ardra, the effect will be more. So what should one do, and what does the Shastra, that is advise a person to do? According to our Bharatiya Shastra, the solar eclipse is the time when there is a major change in the cosmic setup as far as the earth is concerned. There is a major change. An eclipse is not a normal occurrence, therefore there is a major change of energies. When this major change of energies happens, there is a different type of an effect on the mind, and this mind can become agitated, as I told you, for the particular nakshatras, particular people born in particular rashis. It will get agitated. In order to counteract all these abnormal occurrences, there is a general protocol. Without mentioning specifically that these people born in these constellations have to do dhanam, have to perform japa, or japas have to be performed for that person by some panditji. Instead of mentioning all those separately, there is a general protocol. And what is that general protocol? The general protocol is, during the period of the eclipse, one should not go outdoors. First protocol. One should not go outdoors. Why? Because the energies will be there on the body, and then there will be some disturbances in the body also. Second thing, if it is a must that one should go outdoors because of the profession or something, one should not look at the sun directly during the eclipse. This particular point is also seconded and confirmed by even scientists, that one should not look at the eclipse directly, solar eclipse, that there is a possibility of damage of the eyes, damage of the retina. So they have special eclipse glasses, which are not the normal cooling glasses which wear. It's 100 times more power, 100 times more darker than the normal glasses, normal cooling glasses. So one should wear those glasses and then see the eclipse if it is a must. Suppose one's profession itself is astronomy, it's a beautiful occurrence, so one would like to see it, one can see it indirectly. One can see it indirectly, that is indirect is by wearing the eclipse glasses. Then third one, it's not only that one should not go outdoors, one should not eat anything during the eclipse period. Fourth point, one should, if possible, those people who want to attain mantra siddhi, those people who want to attain a very, very good capacity of mantra japa. By doing japa, one attains very high capacities. So if somebody is interested in attaining higher capacities of mantra japa, so then that person should do a lot of chanting on this solar eclipse day. So when you say the Ganapati Atharva Shirsha mantra, Ganapati Atharva Shirsha which is chanted, you will see Surya Grahe Mahanadyam Pratima Sannithau Va Japtva Siddha Mantro Bhavati. Surya Grahe. Surya Grahe is Surya Grahanam. Surya Grahe Mahanadyam Pratima Sannithau Va Japtva Siddha Mantro Bhavati. Siddha mantra is whatever chanting a person has been doing all over these years, all over these days. If he chants during the Surya Grahanam in a more number of times, then he will be able to actually have the power of that mantra within himself. What is mantra shakti? Mantra shakti is the accomplishment of anything you want by chanting that mantra. Suppose you have some desire in your mind, you chant the mantra and then go for that activity, you will have success. If there are any obstacles, the obstacles will be removed. For example, Hanuman Chalisa we chanted, जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई. These are all indications called as phalas. So chanting of the mantra. That is another fourth aspect. The fifth point, what observances are normally done in the Bharatiya tradition is, if there is any congregational place where a lot of people come, like a temple, during this period the temple will be closed. During the eclipse period the temple will be closed. The reason is congregational people will they have to come from home to the temple, so they have to pass the outside atmosphere and come to the temple. And there will be an effect on the what you call as the atmosphere of the temple also, where mantras are being chanted. So what will be done is, before the eclipse itself, the normal puja will be done, and then a darbha, what you call as kusha grass. A kusha grass will be placed on the deity. It will be placed on the deity so that the deity, which is already powerful with mantras, will not be affected by it. It's like a lightning arrestor. Like a lightning arrestor we keep on the buildings. The arrestor is a small single metallic piece, but you see what it does? It completely changes the direction of the lightning. Instead of hurting the building, it will be drawn towards the earth. Similarly, the effect of the solar eclipse, it might come onto the deity also, which has been installed. So in order to do that, we keep darbha on that one. And then people who are really keen on going still deeper into the Japa Shastra, they will have a bath just before the beginning of the eclipse, during the eclipse, and after the eclipse. This is also another procedure which is followed all over Bharat. So having a bath before the eclipse, during the eclipse, and after the eclipse, keeping your body, that is, there is a procedure of chanting mantras and having the bath, and then sitting down for japa once again. So these are all the indications which have been said. Most important point what we should observe is, don't go outside, don't have food during they keep all food preparations closed. Keep them all closed, and then darbha is put on the food also, because darbha or the kusha grass has got the, which is worn by people who do rituals. It is worn like a ring on the ring finger. Darbha is worn as it's called a pavitram. It's called a pavitram, which is used for all ritual activities of the Bharatiya tradition. So one can have darbha at home and keep it on the deity, and one can have it in the kitchen also, keep it on the food products. So we will be avoiding the ill effect of the eclipse. So this much is the summary of the eclipse. So all of you, according to your conveniences, try to observe these things, and by this definitely we will be able to get more positive benefit from the eclipse than any negative benefits. Hari Om Tat Sat. I presume that the queries of Rajesh and also the queries of many other people with regard to eclipse have been addressed in this particular KQ session. Hari Om Tat Sat.